let's start off with the program number 2, which is prime numbers with a twist. So here we have to check whether the given number is prime number or not. The twist here is, first of all, we have to check whether the given number is positive or negative. If it is negative, then we have to print or display a message which is called please enter the positive number. If it is a positive number, then we have to call the function prime. Then we have to check whether that positive number is prime number or not. Is it clear? So firstly, user is going to enter a number. We have to check that number is positive or negative. If it is a negative number, then we have to display please enter the positive number. Otherwise, we have to check whether the given positive number is a prime number or not. Okay. Now let's move on to the logic part here. Let's say if the given number is something like -5, right? So it's a negative number. So first thing is we have to check whether the given number is greater than 0 or not. If it is greater than 0, then we're gonna call this prime function, right? Prime function, and we're gonna pass that number to it, and where we're gonna determine whether it is prime number or not, isn't it? Else we're gonna display the message which we have discussed just now. What is that? Please enter the positive number, right? So please enter the positive number. Isn't it clear? Now in this prime function, what will be the logic that we have to follow? For example, if the given number is 6, right? It's not a prime number. So what's a prime number? What's the logic that we have to follow? So prime number is the number which will be divisible by 1, or it is divisible by itself. So here the logic that I'm going to apply is, I'm not going to consider 1. I am going to start off this process from number 2, right? For example, if it is 6, I'm going to make use of a for loop. For example, for if the I value is 2, and I'm going to take the condition as if I value is less than or equals to 6, which is the given number, I plus plus, and I'm going to check here if this I value, sorry, if this num value is modulus of I equals to 0 or not. That means if that number, given number, is divisible by I or not. That means I'm going to start off with 2 here until I reaches the given number. If I reach the given number, then this particular condition is going to get terminated. Right. So what I'm trying to say here is I'm going to start off with this process where 6 modulus 2, if it is equals to 0, right? Here this case is true. Then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to increment the count value, c equals to c plus 1, right? So I'm going to increment the count value. So whenever this particular given number is divisible by this I value, then I am going to increment the count value. So 6 modulus of 2, obviously it yields remainder as 0. Then I am going to increment the count value. Now let's move on to the next iteration where I value is going to get incremented by 1. Again, now 6 modulus 3 again equals to 0. This condition also will become true. So again I value is going to become incremented. Now c equals to 1, then it will become c equals to 2, because 2 times this condition has become false. Now let's move on to the next iteration where 6 modulus 4 equals to 0. Now this condition is going to become false, right? Because 6 is not going to be divisible by 4. So now c value is not going to get incremented. Let's move on to the next iteration. Now 6 modulus 5 equals to 0. Again this condition also is going to become false, right? Now again it moves on to the next condition where I value is going to become 6 less than or equals to 6. Again 6 modulus 6 equals to 0. Again this condition is going to become true. Now C value is going to become 3 here. Once again it will get incremented. Now I value is going to become 7. Now this condition 7 less than or equals to 6. Until this condition reaches false, we have to keep on iterating that. Now this condition is going to become false. Now it will come out of this for loop. Now I am going to check if that C value is greater than 1, right? What does it mean? It's not a prime number, not a prime, right? Yes, we can say it's a prime number. Is it clear? Right? So now here C value is 3. 3 is greater than 1. So obviously this condition is going to become true, right? So it is not a prime number. Else we can say it's a prime number, right? So now let's take one more case here where the given num value is 5. So now let's try this particular logic with 5, and let's check it out. How does it work, right? So prime number is the number which is divisible by 1 as well as with itself, but we are starting with 2. So obviously if it is a prime number, it has to be divisible by itself, right? So in that case, let's see what happens here if the given number is 5. So now here it will start off with 5 modulus 2 equals to 0, which is obviously false, right? It's false. Now let's now the C value will not be incremented. Let's move on to next iteration. 5 modulus 3 equals to 0. Once again it is going to become false over here. Now let's move on to the next iteration. 5 modulus 4. Again this condition also will become false. Then again 5 modulus, sorry for that copy paste job here, 5 modulus 5 again equals to 0. Now this condition is going to become true over here. Now C value will get incremented. C is going to become 1, right? Now for the next iteration, that I value is going to become 6. 6 greater less than or equals to 5. Obviously this condition will become false. It will come out of this loop. Now if C greater than 1, what's the C value here? It is 1 because it's a prime number, right? So now 1 greater than 1, obviously this condition is going to become false. We're going to declare that it's a prime number. So whenever you get a prime number, obviously C value is going to become 1 itself, right? Isn't it clear? So now let's see the program once. Look at this. Now here again, let's start off with the main function. I have taken a variable called n. So enter number by using scanf. I have taken n value from the user. Firstly, we have to check whether it is a positive number or not. So that's why I'm taking this condition, n less than 0. If it is less than 0, obviously we have to print please enter a positive number. Else I am going to call the prime function, right, as part of the question. So prime, I'm going to call the function prime, and I'm going to pass n value over here. And here, this is the prime function. Void, it doesn't return any value. Prime function, I am going to pass a parameter int n. So let's say now the given value, as we discussed, let's say given value is 5. Now this is the count variable c equals to 1, and this is the variable I which will be taken for the for loop, right? Already we have discussed about this case. I equals to 2, I less than or equals to n. That's a condition. Until you reach that particular number, we have to keep on iterating inside this loop. This is the increment, post increment. Now here we have it on the condition that we have just discussed. So n modulus I equals to 0. Now here already we have discussed the cases. What are those? So 5 modulus 2, 5 modulus 3, 5 modulus 4, all these 3 cases are going to become false. Only this case is going to become true. So obviously C value will become only 1, right? So now after coming out of this for loop, we're going to check if C is greater than 1, then we'll declare it is not a prime number, else we're going to declare it is a prime number, right? I think you understand this logic part. It is pretty simple program. So thank you guys. Let's move on to the next program. Thank you.